What's up, Dallas Cowboys fans? IndyCar Tim here on the Fish Report YouTube channel. I had an interesting thought today as I ran across some Greg Zuerlein news. Of course, Greg Zuerlein cut by the Cowboys to save a bunch of money on the cap, along with some other players. Greg Zuerlein, not the greatest time here in Dallas as a kicker in 2020 and 2021 for sure. We watched it happen. We watched it live. We know. But I was curious, wondering where he lines up in the legacy of Cowboys kickers. And you've got a lot of kickers. The Cowboys have never had huge success at the kicking position. Gosh, since I can remember. I mean, Efren Herrera was good for a long time in the 70s. We won't mention Rafael Septien's name because that's kind of attached to some other stuff that's not really, we don't need to talk about. And, you think about the Cowboys kickers of the 90s. I can think of Richie Cunningham. I can think of Lynn Elliott. You had Martin Gramatica in the aughts and some other guys. But, Greg Zuerlein, again, All-Pro in 2017. Bones Fossil comes over to the Cowboys with Mike McCarthy, says, we got to fix the kicking game. Let's bring over my guy, Greg Zuerlein. They signed him to a big contract for a kicker. And he really never had the success, never duplicated that success that he had in LA. And I don't know if it was injuries. Well, we know he did suffer through some injuries. He suffered through COVID with a lot of the other players. But I'm not sure that he ever was hated to the point of, and you guys will remember this name, Mike Vanderjagt, 2006, the self-proclaimed greatest kicker in the history of the game, the most accurate kicker in the history of the game to that point. I mean, that wasn't debatable. That was a fact. But never really caught on with the Cowboys for whatever reason. He wasn't good. Just a miserable season in 2006. Kind of became a laughingstock. And a lot of it was because of his attitude, his I'm better than everyone attitude. And when a guy like that literally falls off of his profession, it's kind of funny. You never want to, see a guy be bad at his job. But, again, when he builds himself up like that, Mike Vanderjagt, it was kind of funny to watch his fall. And he was cut before the end of the season, replaced by Martin Gramatica to finish off the year there in 2006. So I don't think Greg Zuerlein, for all of his misses, was as bad as, and maybe as hated by fans as Mike Vanderjagt. And I think on the other end of the spectrum there, you've got Dan Bailey, our most recent, most successful kicker. Of course, came to the Cowboys in 2011 as an undrafted free agent out of Arkansas and had a lot of success early on and for a long time. 2016, 2017, didn't look so great. And I'll tell you, when a kicker loses it, apparently, in the NFL, we've seen it for years and years. If you guys have watched the NFL for any length of time, when a kicker loses it, man, he loses it big, doesn't he? And it's not fun to watch when it's on your team. And Dan Bailey, I feel, lost it big and lost it quick. So, of course, he was cut 2018. Went on to, Minnesota. Didn't really have a ton of success there. I feel like he never really found it ever again once he lost it here in Dallas. But, Greg Zuerlein, I don't feel like he had enough success to ever be a fan favorite that Dan Bailey was, and I don't feel like he was ever bad enough to be hated like Mike Vanderjagt. So he's probably somewhere in the middle if you pay attention to Cowboys kickers. I always do. I don't know. I think it's an important position. Cowboys have never spent money on it, and a lot of teams don't, and that's fine. That's your philosophy for your team. Spend your money elsewhere. All fine and good. Greg Zuerlein had the most missed extra points in 2021 with 6. When he joined the Cowboys in 2020, he had a 91.7% field goal percentage. Took a nosedive in 2021 to 87.5%. That's a nosedive for a kicker. And like I said, he just never really caught on. He suffered through some injuries. But anyway, that's my thoughts on Greg Zuerlein and Mike Vanderjagt. There's a name from the past for you. And Dan Bailey. Let me know what you guys think. Find me on Twitter at IndyCar10. Appreciate you guys subscribing to the Fish Report YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in, liking the videos, and leaving us some great feedback here in the comment section. We'll do it all again tomorrow for you guys. We'll do some more ham for lunch. I'm IndyCar Tim, and until tomorrow, we'll see you.